Today we'll be covering lesson 16-2 on proving a quadrilateral is a rectangle. This lesson will be chunked into 5 separate sections. We will cover questions 1 to 5, question 6, question 7, question 8, and then followed by question number 9. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first section, which covers questions 1 to 5. Question number 1 states, complete the following definition. A rectangle is a parallelogram with. 2. Complete the theorem. If a parallelogram has one right angle, then it has blank right angles, and it is a blank. B. Use one or more properties of a parallelogram in the definition of a rectangle to explain why the theorem in item 1 is true. 3. Given parallelogram WXYZ, if parallelogram WXYZ is equal angular, then find the measure of each angle. B. Complete the theorem. Theorem. If a quadrilateral is equal angular, then it is a blank. 4. Make sense of problems. Identify the hypothesis and the conclusion of the theorem in item 3. Use the figure in item 3. And number 5 asks you to write a proof for the theorem in item number 3. For this particular section, I'm going to give you 8 minutes to go through questions 1 through 5. 8 minutes to go all the way from question 1 to 5. Go ahead and pause your video now. All right, a rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. Complete the theorem. If a parallelogram has one right angle, then it has 4 right angles and is a rectangle. It asks us to state the properties of parallelogram and definitions of rectangles to explain why this item, the theorem in this item, is true. Well, since consecutive angles are supplementary in a parallelogram, the 2 angles that are consecutive to the given right angle will also be right angles. And since opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent, the angle opposite the given angle will also be a right angle. And by definition, a quadrilateral with 4 right angles is considered a rectangle. It states, if parallelogram WXYZ is equal angular, then find the measure of each angle. Well, each angle would measure to be 90 degrees. If a quadrilateral is equal angular, then we have this theorem that states that it is a rectangle. The proof that goes along with this states, our hypothesis is parallelogram WXYZ is equal angular. And we're trying to prove that parallelogram WXYZ is actually a rectangle. Well, I start off with the fact that it's equal angular. That was given to me. And then I said, well, equal angular means that W equals X equals Y equals Z. Well, we know that all the angles in a quadrilateral sum up to 360 degrees. So in step 3, I said W plus X plus Y plus Z equals 360. Well, recall that all those measures were the same, right? So here we were able to substitute saying that 4 of angle W equals 360. And by division property, we stated that one angle was 90 degrees. And remember that if one angle is a right angle, then this is a rectangle because all angles would be a right angle. On to the next set of questions.